coming to my first slide. This first slide shows the two things. One is equality and the other is equity. The first thing, equality. Equality means giving everyone the same kind of a facility, same kind of a share. Say for example, there is a cricket match or a football match, or say for example, a baseball match going on in a particular stadium. So we'll allow everyone to come to the stadium, but every stadium has a fence. Every stadium has a fence so that the crowd may not cross over, so that the game does not get disrupted. So there is a fence, and that fence, particular fence, has a height. Say the height of 6 feet, 7 feet, and in some cases 8 to 9 feet. And if the field is more vulnerable, that the supporters can just create mess, then it can be 10 feet. Say for example, we have a sports stadium where we have a fence of 4 feet or 5 feet. A man comes in, we are just discussing equality. A man comes in with his family, say for example, he comes in with 2 sons. One is of a shorter height, another is a bit taller, and he himself is more taller. So now the fence is of a more height. So let's provide them the same kind of a thing. We'll provide them the same kind of a tool. Say for example, a tool of same height, 1, 2, 3. And tell them, get over the tool and watch the match. So the boy of a little height, despite being given equal facility, cannot watch a match. We have given him the equal facility, but he cannot watch. The next one can barely watch the match by just raising his height. And the next one, even if there is no tool, still he can watch the match. So this is the equality. But when we come to the equity, or equality we call it, when we come to equity, equity means a law which is just and fair, which provides justice. Now you are giving an equal kind of a facility, but you have to see that what is the potential of a particular person while giving a facility. Here you can see the man is now without tool because he does not require it. He does not require equality there. And the other boy, he requires a tool, that's why he has been given the tool. Now the next, he has been given the 2 tools. He has been given 2 tools. One tool of his father, which he was not requiring at all. So NEP has in the same way discussed the concept of equitable education. That is a kind of an education which will give every person a due share, which will provide a comprehensive type of education to everyone. This equity, if I can say that, this equity you can see even at your homes. Say for example, आपके घर में खाना कौन परोसती है? है ना? Your mother. Okay. She gives everyone his or her due share. Say for example, there's a plate in which we eat rice. Don't we? है ना? There is I can say curry of having a high amount of chili, and there is one more curry which is having little amount of chili. Mirchi kam, mirchi zyada, or spices I can say. And when she starts serving food, you as an elder person get your share as per your capacity. You are given in a big plate, and you are given a good amount of food. Then there comes a share of a, for example, small child. You either give him a food in little amount, or you just smash that food. या this ना थोड़ा जिसको नरम करते हैं ताकि ये खा सके. Because उस बच्चे की capacity जो है, that is not like you. There we also have equity. If we take equality into consideration, say for example, then mother has to give same kind of rice, same kind of a curry to each and everyone. Say for example, there is an infant of 2-3 months. We cannot expect from a mother to give rice to that infant, because that infant is not having the capacity to take rice. But infant can take only milk. Am I right? So this policy actually believes in providing equality as well as equity. So I'll discuss a bit of scenario what is actually happening and what in what areas we need equity. Say SEDG, socio-economical disadvantaged groups. Socio-economical, those who are socially as well as economically disadvantaged. This policy has discussed about socio-economically disadvantaged groups. So who are these socio-economically disadvantaged groups? One is females and transgenders. You know who are females and you better know who are transgenders. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. OBCs, other backward classes. Students from villages. Even as discussed by our esteemed head of department, Shibir Ahmed Para Sahab, that there was one policy before this policy, that is NEP, National Education Policy 1986. That had actually discussed about the rural universities, that there should be universities even in the rural areas, because people from rural areas have to actually march towards the long journeys in order to attend a particular university or a higher education institution. So students from villages and small towns and aspirational districts, they have also been included in socio-economically disadvantaged sections. Migrant communities, for example, there are migrants, say for example Biharis, we have Biharis here, we have Bengalis, we have Assamese, वगैरह जो भी यहाँ पे हैं. So in order to provide them equitable education, this policy has also included them in socio-economically disadvantaged sections of the society. Then 21 recognized in RPWD, Rights of Persons with Disability. Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016. यानी कि जो person disabled हैं, those who are facing one or the other kind of disability, say for example somebody is having problem in leg, somebody is having problem in visual impairment, somebody is having hearing impaired, and somebody is having any other kind of a disability. They have also been included. Now these are the persons who we call as disabled. For example, blindness, low vision, hearing disabled, speech disabled, locomotor disabled, those who have muscular as well as skeletal problems, intellectual disability, which we earlier used to call as mental retardation. Then the learning disability, similarly autism and multiple disability. Now, if we talk into consideration UDICE, UDICE is actually a portal which maintains a record of all children at school level. It says that the enrollment of the children with disability 2016 and 17. 1% children with disability only there, and other rest are the normals. Now scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. We see only 19% of the scheduled caste students are there in the school. Scheduled tribe 10.75%, other children 69.7%. Similarly, at primary level you can see what's the scenario. And now talking about the dropout, which we already have discussed in our class lecture, I believe in semester 5th. Dropout rate is very high at primary level. Yesterday I discussed with you, that is, if 100 students are enrolled in class first, only 66 reach second class, and then 32 reach up to the class 4th, and only 25 reach to class 8, that is basic elementary education जो है वहाँ तक खाली 25 बच्चे यानी कि 25% बच्चे ही पहुँचते हैं out of 100. So there is a large scale dropout at primary level. बात आपको समझ आ रही है? So if we say dropout, at primary level it is 19.16%, at secondary level it is 17.3%, and the dropout is more severe for scheduled tribes, that is 10.6% to 6.8%, and then for the differently abled students that is 1.1% to 0.2%, with even greater declines for female students. अब अगर फीमेल है एक तो उनका डिक्लाइन वैसे ही है. Now if there is a female who is having disability, ठीक है, उसका तो उससे ज़्यादा chances है किस चीज़ के ड्रॉप आउट होने. Now the dropout at primary level, अब हम देखेंगे कि अगर आपको नजर आ रहा है कि जनरल कैटेगरी का ड्रॉप आउट क्या है, शेड्यूल कास्ट का ड्रॉप आउट क्या है, एंड व्हाट इज द ड्रॉप आउट ऑफ ओबीसीज. ठीक है. फॉर जनरल कैटेगरी there is a dropout of 4.7%, means out of 100 students enrolled, जो only 4 students or 5 students drop out at primary level. But for SC it is the double, that is 8.9%. Then for ST it is similar, 8.5%. And then OBC it is 5.95%. Then at upper primary you can see, in upper primary in case of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe it is 10%. And in case of elementary level, it is 4%, 8%, and secondary level, if you see secondary level, general में 15% drop out है जब secondary level तक पहुँचते हैं. Then scheduled caste में 22%, scheduled tribe में 26%, and OBC में 20%. ठीक है. Then senior secondary में भी आप देख सकते हैं कि there is drop out, यानी कि बच्चे पहले ही पढ़ाई छोड़ देते हैं. Premature withdrawal. प्रीमेच्योर विड्रॉल, यानी कि अगर उनको एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन कंप्लीट करनी थी उससे पहले ही उन्होंने पढ़ाई छोड़ दी. नाउ दिस पॉलिसी जो है NEP 2020, it has discussed some remedial measures. कि what are the remedial measures through which we can stop this dropout, through which we can just include all these socio-economically disadvantaged sections in the school. How to at least minimize the dropout. को बात आ रही है समझ? Minimize कैसे dropout करेंगे वो हमें देखना है. ठीक है. तो उसके लिए for example we have for example gender inclusion fund for girls and transgenders. Gender inclusion fund. Gender includes everyone. Mostly when we talk about gender, we just take into consideration that is the female form. But here only not only females are taken into consideration, but transgenders are also included in it. Okay. Say for example we have a longer distance. What do we need? We need bicycle. Then we don't have funds. What do we need? We need conditional transfer, cash transfer. Okay. Then we need sanitation and toilets.